Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we are learning another finger power exercise. We're going to learn how to do the G major pentascale. All right, if we're going to play the G major pentascale, the first thing we'll need to do is find a G. So somewhere in this area of the piano, can you point on your screen to a G? If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Now, a pentascale, as we said, is a series of 5 notes, all a step apart. And so I'm going to place some colored circles here to show the 5 notes that we would use for a G pentascale. Now let's point and try and name all of these notes. Can you say the letter names with me? We'll start with G. Ready, go. G, A, B, C, D. Notice we ended up in the doghouse, so we know we end on a D. Now, if we are playing in G major, that means G will now be Do. So now let's try to say the solfege for each note. Ready? Here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Now, you'll recall that mi and fa are the best friends. And right now, let's look where mi and fa are. We have do, re, mi. Mi is here, and fa, so I'm going to make them match because they're best friends. And we call that a half step when there's no note in between. And if you look up here, you'll see there's no black key in between them. So mi and fa are already in the position we need. If you'll think back to the D major pentascale, we had a problem with mi and fa because there's this black key called F sharp in between them. So for D major, we actually have to move mi up to F sharp for it to sound major. But there's 2 positions that can use all white keys for major. C major is one because there's no black key here. And then the other one is G major because there's no black key there. So we don't need a black key and it will still sound like G major. Now on your own piano, why don't you try and take your right hand and cover up the 5 notes of the G major pentascale. And we'll try and play chocolate together. So your finger 1 will be on G and then your other 5 fingers will just take their place on the white keys. Now we're going to try to play chocolate. Ready, go. Yum, 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 yum. Chocolate, I have some. Good job. Now let's try it with our left hand. Can you use your left hand to find the 5 notes of the G major pentascale? So now your finger 5 will be finding a G, and then you'll just go from there. Okay, ready? Let's try to play chocolate again. Ready, go. Yum, 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 yum. Chocolate, I have some. Good, now let's try to sing the letter names while we play, starting on G. Ready, go. G, A, B, C, D. Now come down. D, C, B, A, G. Good job. Now that you know how to play the G major pentascale, you're ready for a finger power exercise. We're going to be doing the same exercises we did for C major and D major, the hand over hand, pentascales, arpeggios, and chords. So let's start with the G major 5-finger pentascale going hand over hand. On your piano, you can try this with me. On my piano, I'm going to find the 2nd G from the bottom, not the very lowest G, but this G right here. For my left hand, my right hand will find this G major pentascale, and together, let's try this. We're going to sing the solfege as we play each note, starting with finger 5 left hand. Ready, go. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Right hand. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Cross over. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Right hand. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Coming down now. So, fa, mi, re, do, left hand. So, fa, mi, re, do, cross over. So, fa, mi, re, do, left hand. So, fa, mi, re, do. Good. Now let's try it one more time, this time singing the letter names as we go. So get in the same position once again. Here we go. Starting on G, say it out loud with me as we play. Ready, go. G, A, B, C, D, right hand. G, A, B, C, D, crossover. G, A, B, C, D, right hand. G, A, B, C, D, coming down. D, C, B, A, G, left hand. D, C, B, A, G, crossover. D, C, B, A, G, left hand. D, C, B, A, G. Great. All right, now it's time to try arpeggios. Do you remember what an arpeggio is? If you said skipping notes, you're correct. So now let's sing do, mi, so as we play the notes of the G major arpeggio, hand over hand. So in the same position once again, we'll start with finger 5 of the left hand. And to make things a little bit trickier this time, let's not pause as we go from one hand to the next. Just watch one time as I demonstrate what I mean. Instead of telling you what hand's going to play next, we're just going to go note to note to note without a pause, like this. Do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi, so, mi, do, so, mi, do, so, mi, do, so, mi, do. Good. Now, let's try it together. If it's going too fast, you can always press pause, practice on your own, and then try it with me when you're ready. The key to making this work is while the right hand is playing, the left hand has to be crossing over and getting in position while you're playing. And that can take a little bit of practice. Here we go together. Ready, go. Do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do, mi, so, mi, do, so, mi, do, so, mi, do, so, mi, do. I know it's tricky getting your hands in position that quickly, but keep practicing on your own until you can keep together with me on that exercise. The last part of our finger power exercise today is hand over hand chords. In our last lesson, you learned how to do a 3-note chord. If you're comfortable with those, then you can try doing hand over hand 3-note chords in G major. When we do a G major chord, we're going to be taking do, mi, and so and playing those 3 notes all at the same time. So remember, to do that, we're going to slightly lift fingers 4 and 2 in our left hand or right hand. Let's come into position and try the G major hand over hand chords. Okay, for these chords, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then when I say 1 again, we're going to play the next hand. So you'll have 3 beats or counts on each chord, and play a chord every time we say 1. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Repeat that chord. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, a few quick reminders about playing chords. Remember that when you play a chord, you're going to think about dropping down with your hand and wrist. Then after you play the chord, you're going to float your wrist back up to help relax, like this. 1, 2, 3. Great job working on G major pentascale, hand over hand arpeggios, and chords. I'd like you to try each of those 2 or 3 times every day. The pentascales, hand over hand, the arpeggios, and the chords. Remember to have excellent piano posture as you play, and remember to say the letter names or the solfege out loud as you play. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. One last reminder, don't forget to not slide around on your bench as you play, or something unfortunate could happen. Ah!